Welcome back. I'm your friendly neighborhood psychologist, Kabir. Welcome to my channel. And today I found another small creator by the name of Vaish. She's a men's mental health and men's relationship coach. And she's talking about probably why you are a simp and how you can mend your ways, basically. Now, see, here's the basic thing. Ki if you see the women's psychology, usually women do not always want to be or like to be in a relationship. They like their own like private space, they like their own freedom, they like their own life basically. But men on the other hand are usually always focused about either being in a relationship or chasing a girl who they want to be in a relationship with. And that's wrong. And that's very wrong because you are not prioritizing yourself in that entire process, in that entire chase. You need to focus on yourself, your career, and your growth, and then you can think about relationships. I see this a lot in my comment sections, in my DMs, जहाँ पे a lot of people are just talking about बंदी छोड़ के चली गई या फिर वो बंदी मिल नहीं रही क्या करूँ कुछ मत करो सॉरी कुछ मत करो just live your life as if this is your life, this is your career, these are your ambitions, and you need to better yourself to probably be a criteria for that woman. And even after that, if you're not in the criteria for that woman, you can move on towards every other one who is probably suitable for you and will probably keep you happy. So getting back to the video that she has produced, let's look into it and then we will dissect.
Psychologically speaking, and as per the May theory, women are naturally attracted to someone who can provide for them and who can protect them. This is just how human psychology works when it comes to women. And now you can get
That's very true because like if we compare two cricketers and their marriages, we see Chahal and his wife, we see Virat and Anushka, we see a very submissive guy and somewhat of a dominant woman who may be great as a person, but Chahal was probably not the guy for her. Even if the rumors are just rumors and they're not getting a divorce, that's also fine. But I'm telling you in the general category. That's one relationship that we see. The another relationship that we see is of Virat, who's a proper man's man, and Anushka, who used to have a proper Bollywood life. She used to live in the fame, but she has moved outside. I won't say outside of Bollywood, but like aside of Bollywood, and she has lessened her public appearances and figured out that she excels more in production and other things. And she's focusing on the family instead. So, where there is a proper man's man, you will find good feminine energy as well. Whereas, when the man is weaker, you probably won't last very long.
furious about this, go down in the comments and say things like women only want money, blah blah blah. Or else you can just accept the fact of how society is built and how we are biologically primed. Now, a man who can provide and protect is often a man who is focused on himself, who considers himself to be important, who takes care of his needs, who prioritizes his own well being, and who often has a goal and a mission or a purpose in his life.
Exactly what I was talking in the intro, or talking about in the intro, that see you will be attractive to another person. I'm not even going to consider women. I'm just saying person. The probably the person that you want to marry, her parents, her relatives, in your own family, your own parents, you would be a proper attractive male when you have purpose in your life, when you have achieved your things that you are striving to achieve, when you are in a mission, when you have like a proper vision of yourself in the next 20, 30, 40 years, when you have a proper retirement plan, when you have a proper investment knowledge, when you know how to actually do a man's job basically. And this does not like this is not fully I know I may be generalizing, but I'm not being very like इस हिसाब से कि you have to figure all of this out. You have to figure some of these out which you can actually do. If you're physically incapable of some things, then that's a different issue altogether. You won't have to like figure out कि अगर तुम स्पोर्ट्स में कैसे अच्छे होगे इफ़ यू कांट, लाइक इफ़ यू आर ओवर वेट और समथिंग. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. ऑफ कोर्स, वर्क ऑन योर हेल्थ, वर्क ऑन योर सेल्फ, but I'm saying majority of a man's duty should be done by you and is being done by you in continuation.
And as a man, your primary goal in your life should be your purpose. Because if that is not your goal, you will end up pouring everything of you into the woman that you like, and you would lose yourself in the process. And this is the biggest turn off.
Because that will be the only purpose of your life at that point, to be with that woman, to like pour yourself, as she said, to pour yourself, your own identity into that woman. And that's a big turn off.
For any psychologically healthy woman there is. And when you appreciate yourself, you will naturally end up repelling the toxic attention seeking women, and you will end up attracting a woman who has high values and whose values aligns with your value.
Exactly, like I was mentioning Anushka. She's a proper, high value, independent woman who has her own stand. But that does not mean if Virat comes into her life that she will continue to argue with him about her public life, public persona. She has figured herself out. She wants to be in that family and she's maintaining that family. She's nurturing that family. And Virat is responding to her nurturing the family. He's shifting his places, he's caring for the family, he's actually loving his partner after being successful, after being the guy that he actually is, after having a proper stand in life. So you need to figure out about how you need to like properly have a stand in your life. And if you do that successfully, you will find women who are actually high value, who actually care about you, who actually will consider your thoughts as well, instead of saying कि नहीं मैं तो यही पहनूंगी, नहीं मैं तो यही करूंगी, मेरी मर्जी. Instead of that, you will filter those people out eventually, if you are actually strongly confident about yourself, because then you will know how to say no to a relationship.
When you are working on yourself, when you are constantly trying to improve yourself, you go into a path of defining what your values are as a man. And that is when you are also in a position where you do not chase someone, but you instead end up choosing a woman who would make your life easy as a man. Even as
Exactly. So confidence वाली बात पे आ जाते हैं. We have this entire, a lot of men have this entire thing of beggars can't be choosers. So we just figure out someone and we just somehow manipulate that woman into being in love with us and being in a relationship with us, and that's our life from that point on. तो वो ना करके, instead of being the beggars can't be choosers beggar, you have to be high value in order to have a say in who you want to choose.
a man, you have needs and you need to choose someone whose values aligns with your values and who can also be supportive towards you instead of making you chase them. When a man actually goes above and beyond for taking care of a woman, it often comes from a place of insecurity because he does not feel he's enough, or he does not even feel that he's good enough to be in her life.
So, about that, of course, if you are a caring person, if you should be a caring person, in fact, you should be caring towards yourself, you should be caring towards your parents, you should be caring towards other people as well. You should be a man who people can rely on, right? And you have that personality and nature to carry that forward. So you absolutely should be caring, but you should not be overly caring. The Babil Khan mentality needs to stop by this point. It's 2025, it's the end. You need to stop being woke 24/7 and you need to have your own personality, your own stand. Even if that's repulsive, let it be repulsive for a few years, few months. Figure yourself out, figure your own values, figure your own morals, and then look into the market.
Unconsciously, he goes into a loop of trying too hard to win her over because he is unconsciously trying to prove to himself that he is someone who is worth having a good woman in his life. However,
So let's, a great video, Great video. I will probably like do more reactions to her videos because I like how she's thinking. Let's talk about this. So, you need to be caring. You need to be a person of yourself who has personality. You need to be a person who people can rely on. But after all of this, in fact, before all of this, you need to figure out who you are, what you are doing in your life, and that should and the answer to these questions should never be chasing a woman. Getting up from your bed, first thing in the morning you do is chase after someone. Be nervous about what she will reply. Have your own life, have your own personality, in fact. The second you stop having a personality, that second onwards, you will be a big turn off to a majority of women. The ones who are not trying to either use you or bully you in future. So, like, have a proper stand, have a proper personality, and then and actually be. I'm not saying be successful, but be resourceful, be of use is what I'm saying. Do your manly duties, understand the gender norms, understand your gender role, understand what chivalry is, what courtesy is, how to be kind, how to be strong. You need to be all of them as a man. If you're not doing these and you're just chasing after a woman, you're hopeless. You are hopeless. Find that hope in yourself, work on yourself, and be a proper man, is what I would say to you. If you want to listen to it, great. If you don't, great. Uh, have a nice day. मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में. Bye.